Different video this week. This is the SJ30 Action Cam from SJCam, and I've been playing around with it for the last few months. It's tough, rugged, even with its fold-out 2.5-inch screen that lets you frame yourself perfectly when filming. With an 8K headline resolution, twin sensor dedicated day and night imaging, a flip-up screen, and native vertical recording, this is squarely focused at travellers, vloggers and social media creators. Now on paper, it offers many of the features associated with way more expensive action cams, whilst trying to be a more affordable, cheaper alternative. Fundamentally though, how does it perform, and crucially, does it take good video? And the camera itself is slightly larger than other action cams like the Osmo Action 4 or 5, but the larger screen does make using the interface way easier. It's got a magnetic quick release system for quick and easy mounting or dismounting, releasing from the selfie stick or tripod or helmet mount. And the main body is rated IPX8, so it can operate down to 5 meters underwater, which is great obviously when you're on the beach, but you can use an optional case, a waterproof case, to take it down to 30 meters if you're diving. Power comes from a built-in 2000 milliamp hour battery, and the specs give you 2.5 hours use on the internal battery, which was pretty close to what I was getting, to be honest. But you've also got this 4200 milliamp hour power handle that more than doubles the life to around 7 hours use. Now the trade-off is that the internal battery is fixed and can't be replaced, so you need the power handle or take a charger with you if you're going to have a long day. SJ30's other big feature, of course, is its dual sensor system. You can swap manually or automatically between the two lenses, and it lets you get way more detail in low light situations. Now, resolution wise, the headline option is 8K at 20 frames per second. Useful in some scenarios like highly detailed landscapes or extracting still frames or cropping in editing, but in truth 20 frames per second is not really ideal for fast action. And of course the files are huge. So in truth, I found myself using, and I'm sure you would as well, the 4K at 30 frames or 60 frames per second. It's going to give you way more manageable files, and unlike the 8K mode, it can also make use of the built-in image stabilization. Steady Motion 2.0 reduces camera shake, whilst the horizon lock will keep the frame level even through lean angles up to 45 degrees, which is useful for if you're mounting it on a motorbike or cycling, running or on your car. Now, switching through the various shooting modes is easy and intuitive enough. As mentioned, the main video mode lets you film in 8K at 20 frames per second, but there are other lower resolution, higher frame rate options as well, including 6Ks to 30 frames per second, 4K up to 60 frames per second, and lower resolutions right up to 240 frames per second. But there is also a dedicated slow motion mode, which lets you film in various speeds down to 1/8 of normal speed, which is great for slowing things down. SJ30 also supports lossless true vertical filming at 5K up to 30 frames per second for uploading straight to the socials. Standard still picture mode lets you take normal pictures in JPEGs only. There's no raw file output. Although like all action cams, I personally find the field of view a little bit wide for landscape shots, although it's fine obviously for close-ups. If you want a quick snap, it's there for you, and it produces good, crisp 48 megapixel stills. There are a few other useful modes like dash cam mode and burst photo, but primarily I found myself using video, time-lapse and slow motion modes the most. So whilst it's certainly got the features of higher-end action cams, does it have the performance? Well, certainly the video it produced was absolutely fine. Colours were good, focusing was fine, and it seemed to handle scenes with high dynamic range absolutely fine, where you've got obviously dark and bright areas of the picture present at the same time. The image stabilization was good, but not necessarily the best I've experienced, but it definitely smooths things out when you are walking or running along. Now, I tried a fair few slow motion clips, and in general they were good to okay, but they were not great. The output was more like I'd been filming in 1080 or even 720. Generally they were fine, but a couple of them did come out completely wrong, which was really annoying because I only found this out after downloading to the laptop. I genuinely have no idea what happened with my slow-mos on the waterfalls, but in fairness, this was the only time this happened this badly. Most of the time, slow-mo worked absolutely fine. Time lapses were also good, but again, not perfect. It is a bit frustrating not being able to set how long the output clip should be. Most cameras will actually calculate and display the resulting clip length as you adjust the settings and intervals. But with this camera, you only get to set the interval and that's it, resulting in some time lapses that were way longer than intended because you manually start, you walk away and you manually stop. You've got no idea how those intervals are going to all produce the output video. I also noticed the odd freeze frame on a couple of time lapses, and again I've got no idea why, as I was using a very fast Class 3 micro SD card. And another slight annoyance was the relatively slow boot up time. I'm used to a cam being able to start filming literally within a second or two of powering on, and it is actually around a full 10 seconds from switch on until it's ready to actually start filming, which I think is a little bit slow. The SJCam X application on Android and iOS is a well-functioned and very useful app, not only letting you get live camera view and remote shutter control, but it also lets you transfer photos and videos easily and wirelessly without cables, so you can easily grab what you've just shot and again get it posted ASAP. Voice control adds hands-free operation when the camera is mounted, and support for SJCam's M4 wireless microphone gives you a much clearer option than relying on the built-in microphone, although it will only pair with their own wireless mic. Any other wireless mic you've got will not work with it. That said, wireless mic is not really a bad option. It's only £14, and to be honest, that's probably a good point to go on to what you're actually going to get and how much it costs, because that is actually pretty much the main draw of this camera. It is remarkably impressively good value for money. You've got a choice of bundles, and I did think they were very reasonably priced and packed with extras, which was really nice. This particular one is the charging combo. It goes for around £236. Obviously, it includes the camera, the power charging selfie stick as well, magnetic cage to fit onto it, a whole load of mounting options as well as a nice little carry case as well. So you've got everything to get going. And this is where it all boils down, because this camera is a great camera. There are better ones out there, no doubt. But, and it is a big but, it's still a great camera. And ultimately, I think this camera should be judged on its primary use, which is filming 4K video. And it does shoot 4K video very, very well. So to me, if you're after a very decent action cam, but on a tighter budget, then I can absolutely recommend this. It really is a good all-round action camera for travelers, riders, vloggers and social media creators with some very, very good features. Its flip-out screen is brilliant to use, and it still has most of the features and functions of much higher-end cameras, but at a way lower price. You have got a choice of combo packages that really do pack in all the accessories, but are over £200 cheaper than similar, say, Osmo Action combo packages. So ultimately, as ever, you make your choice and you pay your money. Look, I will put links below for more info on this, and if you found the video useful as ever, give me a little thumbs up to help it along. But let me know your thoughts below. Until next time, have fun, happy travels.